Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I am Brian Jester, co-founder here at Occupy Fantasy, single game $1 million winner. And we're back with some NFL DFS picks and lineup advice. Single game showdown slate tonight on FanDuel and DraftKings, Thursday Night Football, Denver Broncos, Cleveland Browns, and it is a fun one. In this video, we'll talk about strategies for low risk and high risk contests, general tips to help get you to the top of your contest leaderboards, and how crazy the salary is for tonight on both sites. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, get notified whenever we go live, upload any new videos. NBA's back, so we're doing a couple NBA streams per week. You don't want to miss that. In addition to all of our NFL content that we're posting pretty much on a daily basis. Give us a thumbs up if you like the showdown content, you like this video, and you want to see more of it. If you have any questions, hop in the comments below. Ask us. We'll get back to you before the slate starts. The best way, though, is to join our Discord server. Click the join button below the video. Talk with other OccupyFantasy.com members and staff. So let's get right into it. Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, tons of injuries. Just look at the DraftKings top of the salary range, right? IR, out, injured, everyone's hurt, right? So for the Cleveland side, we have Baker Mayfield, who is out. Case Keenum will get the start at quarterback. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt both are out for the Browns tonight. Odell Beckham likely to be out, according to reports this morning on Thursday. Is that it? Jarvis Landry is coming back, it sounds like, tonight. He's expected to be activated off injured reserve. Here he is here. He has the IR tag, but he should be activated today and return to play. Denver side, Teddy Bridgewater is questionable, but expected to play with a foot injury. We don't expect any limitations, so play him as usual, but we will have to monitor that throughout the afternoon. I think that's it. Now, I say that's it. It's only a few guys, but they're some of the most important players. And when it comes to showdown contests, it means a lot. So let's start with low risk contests, right? 50-50s, double ups, head to heads. If you've been here before, you know we like to try to capture all of the scoring in showdown contests in our low risk lineups. So playing both quarterbacks and both running backs. A little tricky tonight, especially on DraftKings, just because of the split backfield in Denver. So obviously, Teddy Bridgewater, right? He gets into our lineup. Case Keenum, a little bit cheaper. I guess he's not even that much cheaper than a normal quarterback here on FanDuel is where we get the true savings. Ernest Johnson is going to get the start tonight for Cleveland. He's been in the organization for a while. Got a decent amount of touches when Nick Chubb went down against Dallas. I think it was last year. And Ernest Johnson got some work. Been with the team. Preseason carries. Should be the lead back tonight without Kareem Hunt or Nick Chubb. Ernest Johnson. And he's really cheap on DraftKings. 4,600. So we can play him. Okay. And then the Denver backfield, Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, both have been getting a ton of run, near equal red zone work. It's tough to differentiate between the two, and their salaries represent that, just $400 more for Gordon. If you truly wanted to lock up all the scoring, you could play Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. That leaves $5,100 left per player. If you captain Teddy Bridgewater, you could certainly switch it around and captain one of the running backs or Case Keenum or whoever. Not a ton in the 5K range. This game has 18 to 20 miles per hour winds tonight. The game total has dropped from 45 almost down to 40 now. So kickers aren't really in play for low risk contests. Defenses is where I would go if you were thinking about playing a special teams option for your low risk contests. But again, they're a little bit cheaper. And salary is not as important tonight, so don't worry about leaving salary on the table. However, the one thing I'm concerned about in low-risk contests tonight is Courtland Sutton should be massively owned. Incredibly popular, had a decent game last week. He's actually on our underperforming wide receiver list this week. So I think even though we don't necessarily lock up all the scoring by playing just one of the Denver running backs, I think it's a bit safer for low-risk contests to opt for Courtland Sutton instead of either Gordon or Williams. So if we go like this, and we play Courtland Sutton instead, I think based on projected ownership, this is a much safer construction for low-risk contests. So just keep that in mind. Now, $2,500 left. There's some options down there, again, because there's so many injuries tonight. But if you go this route, you probably want to captain Ernest Johnson or Javonte Williams or Melvin Gordon, just to give you a little bit more salary flexibility with that final flex spot. Now, if we go over to FanDuel, they actually renamed their contest tonight to no salary cap, which is a fault of their own, right? They try to make it like it's a new contest type, but they literally price Case Keenum so egregiously that the salary cap literally doesn't matter tonight. There is no 5-player combination, and I've tweeted this. We said in our Premium Showdown podcast this morning, no 5-player combination that is playing in this game tonight where you can use more than the $60K salary cap. You cannot do it. right? So if you play Teddy, who's in, Cortland Sutton, who's in, Tim Patrick, who is in, Melvin Gordon, who is in, Ernest Johnson, I guess, who's in, that's $1,500 left over. There are only 4 lineups that use more than $59,000 of the salary cap. It's insane tonight, right? So if we're playing our typical strategy, 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, right? Teddy, MVP, most popular option tonight by far. Case Keenum, let's might have to do a search here because he's so far down the salary list. He is literally minimum price. Ernest Johnson going to get most of the backfield work for Cleveland. And again, we have the same dilemma here. We can easily fit Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, and this locks up all the scoring. But again, $11,000 in salary left over. Just absolutely incredible. Do not worry about salary tonight. If you see a crazy number, do not worry about it. I mean, that's just nuts. 11K left over, right? The problem, though, is that because Javonte Williams is 9K, anybody in this mid-tier range isn't going to be played very much just because you can fit whoever you want tonight. Why would you drop down in the middle when you can play the highest projected players? So as a result, again, for low-risk contests, I think the safer play is to play Cortland Sutton. Again, a little more volatile position. Doesn't lock up all the scoring because Javonte Williams can score, but this is a much safer option. And now you only use $7,500 left in the salary cap. But again, it's up to your personal preference. You can certainly play one or the other, but it's a pretty clear strategy tonight. Just pick one of the options. Now, if we talk about high-risk contests, this is where it gets extremely interesting. And I do encourage you to listen to our Showdown podcast with Colin Drew of Daily Roto, where we outline a lot of rules tonight. Also, check out our daily plug, which will be posted by 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern on OccupyFantasy.com, where we really nail down all of the line of construction rules for different contest types. So make sure you check that out. So tonight is interesting because Cleveland opened as a 5-point favorite. Obviously, we get the Baker Mayfield news. That has dropped to Denver plus 1.5, Denver plus 1. Wouldn't surprise me to see Denver be a favorite by the time this game kicks off. And as a result, as we were clicking names down the list, most of the highest priced options and most of the popular options are going to be on Denver's side, right? If you have to choose between Bridgewater and Keenum, people are going to choose Bridgewater. If you have to choose between Ernest Johnson, pretty much a no-name to most people, or Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, people are going to opt for the Denver running backs. Donovan Peoples-Jones or Jarvis Landry, maybe, but why not when you can play Cortland Sutton, right? So even though Denver is a small underdog, we expect most of the captain ownership to fall on the Denver side. Teddy, Sutton, Noah Fant even, running backs. Because look, the only high-priced Cleveland option is Case Keenum. And the only reason people drop down from high price to mid-tier or low-price captains is because they want to fit in more studs. There's no need tonight. There's no studs, first of all. 2, the salary doesn't matter as much. So by playing some of the Cleveland players, Case Keenum, Landry, Peoples-Jones, Ernest Johnson, that's a huge edge over the field because not many people are going to do that compared to the Denver side, even though they're a favorite. It's pretty interesting. The other thing is, so let's just say we play Keenum, right? Keenum, we'll play him with his top 2 pass catchers and Landry and Peoples-Jones, assuming. Let's get Landry. Let's get Keenum at the captain spot. $7,600 per player. We can do, again, literally whatever we want. Understand that people are still going to try to use the salary cap tonight. Salary doesn't matter. If you're using a lineup builder, hopefully ours, set the salary minimum to the lowest possible. And Colin made a great point on our premium podcast today. When the salary doesn't matter as much, we see correlations strike pretty heavily, right? Normally correlations get broken. And when I say correlations, pairing a quarterback with his wide receiver, not playing a quarterback versus the opposing defense, right? Typical rules that make sense. Those get broken when the salary comes into play and certain players get priced out or priced in. When the salary doesn't matter as much, we see a lot more optimal lineups just with a ton of salary left over. So play it pretty optimally tonight. Play, pretty straightforward game scripts, but just don't worry about the salary. And that's how you'll be unique tonight, especially on DraftKings. Now, FanDuel, where it literally doesn't matter about the salary cap, we expect Teddy Bridgewater to be the most popular MVP, 40% plus. Keenum should check in second. We'll see Melvin Gordon, Cortland Sutton get some work at MVP as well. I think the leverage here is either playing Keenum, who, even though he's 5K, people still have a tough time clicking a 5K name as their MVP, right? No doubt. The Denver running backs and even the Cleveland running backs are probably the best options tonight in a low total game. We know running backs are more likely to be the optimal MVP in a lower total game. Why not tonight in a game where everybody's hurt? And Ernest Johnson should go overlooked here, despite being on the favorite team for now. starting running back on a team that likes to run the ball. So where's the Ernest Johnson here? If I can find him. There he is, 10K. So if we put him at the MVP spot, I don't think a lot of people are going to start there. And again, play it optimally. Play it optimally. Pair of receivers with their pass or with their quarterbacks, vice versa. The key to getting unique tonight is playing these players in the mid-range, Javonte Williams and below. 9K all the way down to 5K, excluding Keenum, right? Because people are going to play Keenum. They're going to jam all the guys above 9K. Playing any of these mid-tier players, I mean, Kendall Hinton is going to play a ton of snaps. Sobert's the number 2 tight end. Hooper and Njoku are going to get targets, maybe even the most targets in this game on the Cleveland side. Higgins is the wide receiver 3. Demetric Felton's going to mix in. The kickers, DPJ is going to be the number 2 receiver likely. Like all these guys are going to be 15% or less just because there's no reason to play them if you play just by straight projections or median projections. So if you get 1 to 2 of those players in per your lineup, you're going to have a unique chance at winning the top prize in whatever GPP or league that you play. So an incredibly interesting slate. Again, salary doesn't matter for the 100th time. FanDuel even reminded us by putting it in the contest name. So play it optimally tonight. Do not worry about salary. Those are the 2 key takeaways for playing this single game showdown slate. Again, for more thoughts and our complete thoughts, you want to check out our daily plug at occupyfantasy.com, posted by 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. Link is in the description. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Get notified whenever we go live uploading new videos. Give us a thumbs up if you appreciate this content. Any questions, comment below. Or again, hop in our Discord server. Much more likely to get an in-depth answer there. So you can talk with other OccupyFantasy.com members and staff. So, Brian Jester for Occupy Fantasy. Appreciate you listening, and good luck tonight on this crazy slate.